Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys, so great start to the year in Masterclass. Yesterday in free picks, we went 2-0. I'll go through those games in a quick second. Just going to talk to you guys a little bit about what we got going on today. So I have a couple free plays for you guys today. I have a hockey play and a college basketball play. I'm going to tell you guys why the absence of NFL. I'll let you know about that in a second. Masterclass, we got 2 college basketball plays. I have 2 NBA plays, and then I have 3 player props for tonight's game. So I've said in past videos that when it comes to player props, there's no real sense in giving them out in free picks because the value is erased almost instantly. So, again, player props are very, very sensitive to any kind of bets. I can move player props on my own very easily, just about any time I want. So when you have then hundreds of people, if not, over 1,000 people all betting the same player prop, the value just disappears. We've tried it on here. It doesn't work. So those are available in Masterclass if you're interested. Now, in today's particular game, I don't have a side or total, and I don't have, I don't have a side or total for the game. So, again, my lean, okay, I'll tell you guys a little bit here. So bottom line is, look, we all know Pittsburgh has to get this done. Okay, it's a must-win situation for Pittsburgh, and desperate must-win situations, typically teams do pretty well. My issue I have here is that Pittsburgh can't stop the run. They can't. And Cleveland knows that. And look, Cleveland's not going to lay down and die in this game. I think they're going to come out, and how's Pittsburgh going to stop that run? I don't know. That's the question. That's what makes me really nervous about this game. Same reason why, I'm not really interested in betting the total. I think the line's around where it is, and you can see that indicated by, the steam. Hey, look, the line gets up like around 43 and steam comes in on the under. Line goes down to 42 and the steam comes in on the over. It's, I think that the line is where it should be. And ultimately, guys, we're looking for value. And if lines are where they should be, then there's no value. And, it's, again, my perception that, although I think that potentially this could be a pretty run-heavy game, that there could be some points scored off the run because, again, Pittsburgh defense is suspect on the run. And Cleveland has had major mental lapses this year, entire gaps of quarters and halves where they just give up. So, no side or total on that, but I'm going to bet 3 player props today to do that. So, anyways, guys, so that's why, normally I would try to get you guys an NFL play for Monday Night Football, but can't do it today. So I got a hockey play, and I have a college basketball play for you guys. Very quick recap yesterday. So we had Calgary. Calgary got it done. Now that line moved exponentially. Went from minus 145 as high as minus 230, and I think it settled around 220. I probably would have bet this game up to, knowing, the goaltending situation, up to minus 190. Past minus 190, I don't think there's any value. And I think there's probably, despite the score, I think there's probably an argument that could be made that there might have been some value to bet the other side once it got up to 230, which I think is why you saw that buyback. Either way, obviously loved Calgary at minus 145. And Washington, look, Washington is just one of those plays. I told you guys beginning of the year, I said, if you're not betting ugly in NFL, you're probably not going to have a great season. And, Washington was an ugly play. They got blown out the week before. Okay, that's all the public seem to be talking about is how, they absolutely got crushed and they're going to get crushed again. I had people on social media saying they're going to lose by, well over 10. They're going to lose by 14. They're going to lose by 21, one guy said. So it's great. I love seeing that. That's the public perception. As well, home dogs coming off 3 game loss. 63% that cover. So, we had a lot going for us, a lot in that public perception. And I will tell you guys, one of the things that was brought up to me, and again, I think that it's important that I address this because when it comes to capping your games, you have to be able to distinguish as to what you do with this information, okay? And that has to do with injuries, okay? Obviously, Washington, some key injuries. People say, well, what about this? What about that? Okay, look, unless you are literally sitting there in the locker room, okay, when they announce that injury and you get on your phone and you fire off a bet, the Sharps have accounted for those lines. Now, again, guys, I talked about Billy Walters and his network that he had. Networks continue. I'm not going to go into the whole what's going on in that aspect of the sports betting business right now. But there's networks that exist, and those networks are basically designed to get information early to professional sports bettors. So by the time you're on an app and there's 25 people saying, oh, I would never take this team because so-and-so is injured, and they're all like, yeah, he's injured, I agree, there's value. It's priced in. The Sharps have already done that. The Sharps have priced it in. And if you have a key injury and a line freeze, well, then definitely watch out. Okay. So look, I'm going to go back many, many, many years to around, 2003, 2004. Already working on building my bankroll to become, 2002, 2003, working on my bankroll to become a professional and make that switch over. And injuries could give you a big edge. The internet then was not what it is today. It was far from it. And you could get some tidbits here and there on Yahoo Sports or something like that if your computer decided it wanted to load. But the reality of the situation is, you could find value, and injury reports were so key. But nowadays, guys, we live in an age of instant, okay? Someone goes down, it's on Twitter. Word spreads like wildfire in a wind. So at the end of the day, the only real thing that you want to do with injuries is you want to adjust your own power ratings, okay? And that's how you can do it. That you can find value in a player's injury the same way that you can find value in the betting lines, okay? So now, I said, when the injury comes out, the Sharps are going to adjust that line, right? Vegas will adjust the line, but the Sharps will ultimately correct it to where it should be. But every once in a while, guys, your opinions will differ from the Sharps. Now, they're pretty good at what they do, right? When I make some adjustments here or there, I'm normally, pretty good with my power ratings. Enough over the years that it's been profitable. But sometimes, guys, if you see a game differently, if you believe that, your power ratings are different for a team, maybe, hey, we'll use an example in tonight's game. Maybe you think that Pittsburgh's run defense is better, and then, Chubb goes out or something like that, and the line overcorrects, but you think, oh, well, it's not going to make as big a difference as everybody thinks. So therefore, I have now found value. Okay. So outside of that, guys, the main thing that you want to do is adjust your power ratings. Okay. There's not a whole lot. It's not like it's a big, when it's public information, it's public information. Okay. The lines will adjust very quickly. If you're first to know, then great. Information's king. Fire away, get down a couple units on it, and, go from there. But outside of that, I think there's just, in today's sports betting, 2022, age of instant technology, I think there's just too much emphasis put on injuries that we know about. Okay, injuries that are speculative, who knows, right? But injuries that we know about, like a guy who's been announced out, the night before, you're going to bet him that day. The line's corrected for that injury, as much as Vegas wants to correct that line for the injury. All right, I hope I was clear on that. I don't know. I gave it my best shot. So let's get into today, guys. As I mentioned, I got hockey play, college basketball. Masterclass, I have 2 additional college basketball, 2 NBA, and the 3 player props I mentioned. If you guys are interested, bettorwins.com, guys. It's $99 a month, and it gets you my full card every single day, plus 15 Masterclass educational videos and the Bender Wins Guide to Professional Sports Betting. Brand new year, guys. Start off doing it right. Okay. First off, we are going to go a half unit play in the NHL. Edmonton and the New York Rangers under 6.5 minus 113. Now, I like this under. I actually think the Rangers match up as well as a team could match up against Edmonton. Edmonton obviously has a lot of firepower in their lineup, as do the Rangers for that matter. But I like the under here, guys. I have another system as well. A system comes in 57%. I want to just go a half unit here, guys, because I mean we've seen a bucket load of scoring in the NHL lately. I definitely think that this is the kind of game where the public will look at these teams and think that, you know, it's going to be like, you know, a shooting fest and they're going to score a ton of goals. As a matter of fact, there's 70% of bets on the over right now. So it's nice to have a contrarian play here. But I just want to go half unit. Okay. I mean, well, whatever going forward in hockey is going to look like, we'll see. You know, obviously, you know, Canadian cities are going back to playing in front of nobody again. But yeah, time will tell. I want to bet the under in this one, just half a unit right now. I think in normal world circumstances, we might go full unit on this game, but just a half unit right now, as we have seen quite a bit of goal scoring in the NHL lately. And again, that might not even be linked to COVID, okay? That could just potentially be just, you know, short-term variation. It happens, right? All right, over to college basketball, guys. Now, please, if you have multiple books, shop this one around. I'm going to give this game out at the higher line, but shop it around, okay? This is game number 876. Game 876, and we are going to bet a team total. We're going to bet Arizona team total over 88. However, shop around, guys, because there's a ton of 87.5s out there, okay? And believe me, on a team total, guys, especially a high total, if a half point is not worth your time looking at a couple sites, then you shouldn't be sports betting, because it's definitely worth that half point to shop for value. So if you have two books, very simple. Check both books, guys. Bet the best line. You should be doing that with every single game. But this game in particular, there's a number of 87.5s kicking around out there. So if you find one, grab it. I'll give out the official play over 88. However, I got 87.5 myself, but there's mostly 88s out there. Okay. So Arizona team total over 88, game 876. All right, guys, that is it for us today, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, have a very lucky day, and bye for now.